Okay, so let's get with this game. We're playing against Toli Katurasu. He plays e4. We're going to go with c5 here. Hey, Nawa. Nice to see you. Goes with d4. This is the Smith-Morra gambit, I assume. We're going to go with knight f6. I have previously accepted the gambit in other games. I'm going to go with a different line here. We give the pawn back, but we do have a nice knight on d5. We also have some ability to counterattack our opponent's center here with d6. He plays f4. We're going to take that pawn. And now there's a little bit of trickiness here. We have queen h4 check. If he plays g3, we would have had queen to e4 check, forking the king and the rook. His king is forced to move for that reason. And I don't think that's a very safe king, in my opinion. Doesn't seem very safe. So we're just going to continue developing. He'll play knight f3 probably. We are just going to... I think our queen's kind of done its job, making the king not able to castle, so I think I'm just going to retreat the queen. Pretty much, he has extra space, but his king is kind of stuck in the center here, as far as I can tell. We're just going to go with bishop d7. He's probably going to try, like, walk his king back over to the king side. Yeah. So he's going to play, like, rook e1, king f2, or rook f1, king f2, something like that. He is ahead on space, which is, you know, not too bad for him here at all. But it's going to take him quite a lot of moves to get his king safe here. What are my thoughts on Norway chess? Interesting that Magnus Carlsen did not play very well. I wasn't really expecting that. But, you know, definitely some interesting games. Definitely some stuff to learn from. Okay, so he has this kingside space advantage, but we're caught up on development. We're actually a little bit ahead on development at the moment. Now we're going to work on trading off pieces here because we're behind on space a little bit. So knight a5 to trade off his light square bishop, which is his good bishop. So getting rid of his good piece is good in my opinion. We're also attacking the c3 pawn, so I think we can just pick it up. Trade here, and then rook takes c3, I believe. Don't see a problem with that. Don't think there's any trickiness. If he plays bishop d2, I might even just play rook a3. Looks a little weird, but it will at least prevent my pawns from being doubled, and keeps pressure on the a2 pawn. So I'm thinking rook a3 here, even though it looks pretty weird. If I retreat back to like c8, he can exchange and then double my pawns, and then my extra pawn is kind of nullified to a degree. I think I'm just going to play here. As long as my rook doesn't get trapped, that's something I have to be a little bit careful about, but I think I'll be okay. I can always go to a4 if I need to. Underdeveloping 2 tempi loss, though I guess castling rights is worth like 2 temp anyway. Yeah, he needs to get his king safe out of the center of the board, but he does take quite a while to do it. And now I'm up a pawn, so it's I'm happy with it here. Okay, queen g4. He wants to play bishop h6, clearly. I think we're just going to move the king. Right, move the king is okay. We could also just play rook e8 and then bishop f8. That could also be okay. King h8, he plays like bishop g5, maybe? I think this is okay, though. If bishop g5, I think I can actually do rook takes f3, and it works out in my favor. If knight g5, well, I'll probably just get rid of the knight. A knight on g5 is going to be a little bit scary here. Attacking f7. Oh, okay. So he did play knight g5. I think I just have to get rid of the knight. Not any two ways around it, I think. So we're going to take that. And then we're going to play queen d7. I would like to play queen d5, but then he plays bishop e7 and forks the rook. So I got to play queen d7. Next, I'll play rook a4 to attack the d-pawn. I'll play knight c6 to attack the d-pawn. That's the general plan at the moment. The kingside attack is kind of stalled out here. Okay, we're definitely trading off rooks. Playing knight c6, attacking the pawn. If he plays rook d1, I have... Oh, okay, he doesn't do it. I guess we're just going to go with rook d8, pile up on the pawn some more. If he plays rook d1, I have knight takes e5, taking advantage of the pin on the d file. So we're taking that pawn. If he takes back, we grab the rook on the back rank. He doesn't take back. I think we can just play queen d5. Try to trade off queens here. He still can't grab the knight because of all the pins with the d-pawn. We're playing rook takes. I threaten knight takes f3 now. Actually, rook c1 is a little bit annoying right now. Yeah, Yeah, rook c1's a bit annoying. Maybe I kind of got a little over-anxious. I can't really save the knight and the mate. I think I just gotta give up the piece. I am gonna have a rook against a lot of pawns, though. So g6. Gotta stop the mate. Let's see, I have 6 pawns against 3 pawns, or, yeah, 6 versus 3, so I technically have even material in that sense. We're gonna go attack the a-pawn. He can't really afford to lose too many pawns here. Alright, king is safe for the moment. Rook takes a2 next move. Let's check him first, though. If he goes king e4, we actually have f5 checkmate, which is kind of funny. So his king has to retreat, for sure. Yeah, so we'll play f6 to kick the bishop back. Just signed up for the free lessons? Excited? Awesome. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Alright, so this actually is not too bad for black at all. We're up, we got 3 pawns against the bishop. We're going to play now rook d3. Hit the d4 pawn. If he plays rook c4, I have check and then pick up the a2 pawn. Alright, we're just going to advance the king a little bit. Maybe king g4 next move. Take with the pawn. King g4, h4. Start pushing these kingside pawns. So despite being down a piece, messing things up a bit, this isn't too bad for me at all, actually. We're going to go back here, make him go back to c2 pretty much. Now we're going to start advancing the pawns. Or I lose on time. Oh! I forget how low I am on time. I have to play way quicker. Okay, that's pretty annoying. I should probably win that game. Okay, let's analyze this one real quick. The time is, I just completely forgot about time there. Okay, so, let's see. d6, take, check here, knight c6, knight f3. So, his king can't play g3 at this point because of queen e4 check, forking the king and the rook. So, he pretty much has to play king d2 in order to avoid, get his king somewhat safe. But really not that safe. I do put my queen back on d8, and then I finish my development, get castled, rook c8. So despite, he had to make a lot of moves to get his king safe, I am up on development a little bit here. He plays bishop to e4, knight a5. I definitely would like to trade this piece off because it is white's best piece at the moment. This other bishop is blocked behind all the central pawns. So the bishop on e4 is the good bishop. We trade off that, and we actually end up winning a pawn. We get the king to safety, trade off that, queen d7, rook f3, trade off there, attack another pawn, attack again, pick up that pawn. Queen d5, not really necessary, I guess. A little bit over-ambitious. Knight c4 is pretty much an easy win, and then play queen d5. Queen d5 definitely unnecessary. Take, and then rook c1. I can't save the knight and stop the checkmate at the same time is the problem. So I figure I'll get a pawn out of it, push my pawn, attack his. I definitely have to stop bishop e5, or at least get my king a little safer after that. So g5 is kind of forced here. Check, move up. Rook c2, check there, f6, h5, rook d3. We just kind of start to encroach on his position a bit. Unfortunately, lose on time, but I feel like black's actually not that bad here at all. King g4, h3, or king here to here, g4, g3. I feel like black should actually be pretty good here. Despite being down a piece, we have 3 pawns for it. Okay, a little bit of a setback. Completely forgot the time situation. I haven't done this